Hello and welcome to The Big Fight. We have done a couple of big fights in the last few months on the question of corruption. Unfortunately, it seems as if we are going to have to do this one and maybe a whole lot more, because that continues to be the big key defining issue of the day. For the first time, a whole series of scams have always taken place. They're coming out one after the other, and we have to really address ourselves to how we can fix this problem once and for all. Perhaps it's all for the good that all of these details are coming out now in so many different forms and formats. Well, where do we go from here? The telecom scam in particular, how can it be fixed? How can that sector be done? We have a new telecom minister. Manish, I see him right behind you, well, a second or two back, couple Sybil. But where is the telecom scam headed to? Where are the other scams headed to? Where is the Karnataka scam headed to? And I could list a whole lot more as we go forward. Joining us on the program, Manish Tiwari of the Congress Party, Prakash Javadekar of the BJP, Suhail Seth, well-known actor now. Suhail, I guess is the best way to describe you after the release of your latest film, and a whole lot of other avatars as well. Dr. Subramaniam Swamy, who has just been in the spotlight really because of the letters that you have been writing to the Prime Minister on this particular issue. And Mr. Elangovan of the DMK. The DMK finds itself squarely in the radar screen in this particular case. But where do we go from here? Manish, I'm going to start with you, because I guess the charges that are now coming out, and that's really what the Supreme Court is also grappling with, is, in a sense, a finger being pointed, or if not a finger being pointed, at least questions being asked of the Prime Minister. Why did you take so long to act? Why was there inaction? Do you think, and maybe it's not completely fair to blame the Prime Minister, maybe he wanted to do it, and the Congress Party did not allow him to, and the allies didn't allow him to. But first of all, the charge of inaction, how would you answer it?
Well, the charge of inaction is erroneous, misplaced, and totally ill-conceived. Because the matter is sub judice in the Supreme Court, the government will answer the query of the Supreme Court to its satisfaction. But allow me to only point out one thing, Vikram, and I think that's very important. You need to make a distinction between a substantive loss and a presumptive loss. In this CAG report, the CAG itself 26 times...
I'm just saying why we all knew, Manish, we all knew...
Allow me to complete. In the report itself, the CAG has 26 times used the word presumptive loss. And you need to make this distinction. Why? Because in 1999, when the migration was allowed from license fee to revenue share, there was a substantive loss of 60,000 crores. And it was Mr. Vajpayee as Prime Minister who took the portfolio and did that.
I'm going to come to this issue as well.
When you allow people to wriggle out of their contractual obligations, that is a substantive loss. When you calculate it in a presumptive manner by projecting it as it has been done in the CAG report, it is as best.
I'm going to get the BJP to answer that. And frankly, I think one of the tragedies of the entire situation, and perhaps that's the reason why corruption has lasted so long in the country, is that it's always a BJP scam or a Congress scam or a DMK scam or some party scam. These are scams, and parties should be attacking them irrespective of party loyalty. And by the way, it's not just the party spokespeople. If you see what the people at large seem to be saying, BJP supporters will say, well, you know, Karnataka is fine. Let's talk about Adarsh. I think these issues need to be investigated. The media should not be rushing any more than anyone else should to say this person is guilty until that person is proven. But Subramaniam Swamy, let me start with you, because you were the person who was really in the center of this court case saying that there was inaction. What do you have to substantiate the fact there was inaction?
Well, I asked for a sanction to prosecute Raja by a petition with a covering letter on the 29th of November of 2008. And the Prime Minister did not answer for almost 15 months.